Hey guys, welcome to ENZYMENTAL. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button below and click the bell so you don't miss any notifications. Magnesium is a calming mineral that is well known for relaxing our muscles and nerves, among literally thousands of other duties. So because of this, magnesium isn't unfortunately thought of as a required cofactor for energy production, and chronic magnesium deficiency, which many people have in varying degrees, isn't often thought of as a contributing factor to chronic fatigue. Adequate magnesium intake is required to activate ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, the universal energy currency that fuels all our 100 trillion cells. ATP is made by our mitochondria, the energy furnaces inside every one of our cells, and is required for energy metabolism, or the process by which the body converts dietary proteins, fats, and carbs into metabolic energy. When there is a chronic deficiency of magnesium, our mitochondria cannot produce sufficient ATP, and the body's energy output plummets. As a critical step in magnesium's activation of ATP, magnesium ions bind to ATP, creating a new compound called MgATP. This activated ATP can now be dissolved in water and utilized by our cells. When ATP is discussed as the universal energy currency, it is this magnesium-bound activated form, MgATP, that is primarily responsible for the activity. Unfortunately, the magnesium prefix has been forgotten for the sake of convenience, which tragically overlooks magnesium's critical and even essential contribution to ATP and overall energy. And there is one organ for whom magnesium's activation of ATP is literally a matter of life or death. The muscle cells of the heart, known as cardiomyocytes, contain the highest concentration of mitochondria, and this is also where you'll find the most magnesium ions, and magnesium's activation of ATP into MgATP is the reason why. This is also what is meant when you hear that the heart literally needs magnesium every single day. With a chronic deficiency of magnesium, the heart will extract magnesium from the bones to fulfill its daily requirements. To explain this, I've often used the analogy of someone depleting a retirement account to pay their bills now, effectively killing the future to tenuously maintain the present. Can you see how someone like this could easily develop bone degeneration later in life? Chronic fatigue is one of the most common health ailments. Common symptoms include headaches, muscle and joint aches, periodic fevers, muscle weakness, and, obviously, incapacitating fatigue that makes even the smallest tasks unbearable. Considering how widespread magnesium deficiency is, the prevalence of chronic fatigue isn't at all surprising. Without regular magnesium intake, our mitochondria simply cannot produce the ATP to fuel our cells. The chronic fatigue you feel will likely exacerbate the body's need for magnesium, and so you can definitely see how this forms a disastrous energy-deficient cycle. While there's no shortage of magnesium preparations to choose from, one of the best for optimizing energy production is magnesium malate, which is magnesium bound to malic acid, a natural fruit compound that, among other features, gives many fruits like apples their tart flavor. Magnesium malate is easily absorbed and well retained, and also malic acid is an accelerating catalyst in the Krebs cycle, which itself is essential for optimal energy production. A typical dose of magnesium is around 400 to 500 milligrams, but I think a more appropriate dose for daily use would be closer to 1,000 milligrams. So if you're depleted and just plain worn out, instead of reaching for the quick fix that caffeine offers, it might be better to see such exhaustion as your body's desperate cry for magnesium. Maybe it's time to listen. Thanks for watching. I'm Jason Carter, and I'll see you next time on ENZYMENTAL. Stay healthy.